I don't have the money. This is training number 303, overcoming the I don't have money excuse. If you guys ever get that, if you're trying to, sell a product or an opportunity or something like that, how many of you get that? If so, put a 111 inside of the chat box. If you've ever gotten this before, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. Well, I want to cover this today because really, this is the biggest thing in my career that's ever come up is two things. Number one, I don't have the money to get started. Number two is I don't have the time, right? So let's talk about this today. And we already talked about how many of you get that excuse. We're just going to move on because here's the reality. I think most people are lying, and someone could say, well, that's negative. No, I think it's pretty positive that most people lie, and they're lying when they say I don't have the money. Because if that was the case, then how's everyone come up with the money for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you believe in? And tax season's coming up, and people are paying for all sorts of different things. They pay for a cell phone that frankly is quite expensive, right? Why? Because they see the values. We're going to talk about some of these things. Number one, these people don't understand that this, meaning the product, the opportunity, the company, the platform, this could solve their problem. Or you, as the person that shared it, didn't even position it as a solution to a problem that they have. This is what we talk about, being a doctor and having a consultative interview, and you're trying to get a diagnosis so that you can then provide a prescription for their problem and so forth. So that's the first thing. Number two is you got to realize that people are going to spend thousands. They spend thousands on surgeries. Why? Because they want to lose weight. They want to expand, right? They want to go to that next level. They see those surgeries as a solution to their problems. It's going to make them feel better. When we know in reality, it's more of a cover-up for most people's situations, okay? Because their habits don't go away, right? But yet, they have a hard time coming up with $100, $150, $200. Why? Because they just simply don't see the value in what it is that you are providing, okay? Sometimes we don't do a good enough job as a leader sharing the benefits and the value of what it is that we provide. So I just give an example. Even if it was $39, they would think it's too expensive because number one, they really don't know what they're getting, right? And two is they don't see the value that could actually help change their situation. So they say, it's too much. I'm telling you right now, if you took what we have, whether it's the products, the education, the opportunity, etc., and you sold it for $10 a month, you'd still have people say, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that, or I don't see that it's worth $10. They'll spend it on Netflix because they get the value in their own mind that Netflix is worth the monthly subscription fee. Okay, this is why the benefits and the value is very, very important that you talk about when you're talking about the products and services. Now, if they don't really know the benefit, they don't really know what they're saying no to. Think about that. Because a lot of people, they're going to say basically, what's in it for me? It's about what can this do for my life. If they can't really kind of see that, they're not really catching the vision of it, you know what I'm saying? Then they don't really actually know what they're saying no to. Sometimes they watch a video, they see a webinar, they go to a live event. They really don't know what it is that we are marketing. Okay, so this is very important. They got to know the benefits, right? If someone sees a solution to the services that you offer, it will be no problem for them buying it. See, the thing is, there's people right now, they're going into debt, literally borrowing money from their credit cards because they see the value in providing presents to other people on Christmas. They will literally go into debt. They'll borrow the money. They will find a way to get the money. If somebody was told that, your parent or sibling is going to die in the next 5 days unless you come up with $1,000, do you think you guys could come up with $1,000? I think you could. You'd probably borrow it from other people, neighbors. You'd sell crap. You'd find a way. Why? Because the value of that parent or that sibling is important to you. The value far exceeds the $1,000 that you have to come up with. Let me give you guys a simple example that you'll understand. If I told you right now that I'm going to give you $2 million, you would take it. But if I told you by tomorrow morning, I'm going to have a doctor remove both of your legs, would you rather have your legs or the 2 million? I would think you'd probably choose the legs. You know why? Because your legs have value. They're part of your body. Your legs are worth far more than $2 million. You know what I'm saying? So again, what is it that we Value. This is very, very important for you to understand. You have to be able to answer the question, what's in it for them, not you. You don't think about volume points. You don't think about a fast start bonus. You got to think about what's in it for these people. A lot of these people are stressed out at work. A lot of these people have not reached their goals. They're struggling along right now. They can barely pay their bills. There's just too much month left at the end of the money. What is in it for them, not you? You don't be thinking about yourself. You got to kind of remove yourself from the situation. Stop thinking about just trying to get more volume points and think about what's in it for that person. Remember Zig Ziglar said that people don't care how much you know until you know, or they know how much you care. Remember that? It's about caring for those people. It's about showing really what's in it for them, not just you trying to make a buck off somebody else. Okay. Keep in mind that the way that you think about money is not the way that they think about money. Every single person I come across kind of thinks a little bit different about money. Like they could get, some people are very motivated by promotions and more money and stuff like that. A lot of people are not. And here's the thing, especially when you're dealing with different countries, what's expensive to you may not be expensive to them. All right. Or vice versa. Like if someone told me that this costs $500, I mean, to me, it's like, that's really not a big deal. Right? I can come up with 500. Someone else is like, I certainly don't save $500 for a month. You know what I'm saying? They'd have to go into debt. So what's expensive to you may not be to them. That's why, again, you have to build the value, the reason, the why. What is in it for them? Why should they get started? Why should they buy this product? Get access to this service, this platform, or whatever it is. You need to believe that your product and service is worth the cost. I think a lot of you watching this right now, you don't really believe in what we do. Now, you say you do, but you don't really believe in it. Part of it's because you don't even use it. You don't get on, you don't hop on, go live, you don't get on Zoom calls. You're not really using it. You're not essentially drinking the juice. You don't even know what it even tastes like. You are not experiencing it. Therefore, they can hear it in your words, your voice, your text message, your DM. They can kind of tell you don't really believe in it. You just want to make money off of them. You don't believe in what it is that we have. Now, you may say that you do, but I think a lot of people deep down, they don't believe it because they really haven't experienced it. They're only losing money right now. They're not really making money. And yet they're trying to promote and sell something where they themselves are not having success. Boy, when you don't have confidence, it's hard to promote something, isn't it? If you're just losing money, it's really hard to promote something like, hey, come and lose money with me. Sign here. You know what I'm saying? So this is why it's very, very important for you to believe in what we have and to experience that as well. Now, look, if you get the price objection, it's not that it's too expensive or doesn't have value. To them, they don't see the value in it. I mean, that's the truth. Because like when someone says, well, that's too high, most of the time, my friends, again, unless you're in like a third world country for something like legit, it is high. It's because they don't see the value. All of a sudden, they go to Costco, they go to Walmart, they see something on Amazon for $400, and it's a new, set for a kid's bedroom. They swipe the card. Why do they do that? Well, because they want to surprise them on Christmas with this awesome new gift that even though that they couldn't afford it, had to borrow the money from, Aunt Visa, Uncle MasterCard, they had to borrow the money. They want to see those smiling faces of their children on Christmas morning. Therefore, they swipe the card, they see the value, they do it. So when you get this price objection, it's not that it's just too expensive, it's that they don't see the value. I sold something one time that was $39 a month and I sold it for $5,000. I sold it over and over and over again. Isn't that interesting? The same service that was $39, we sold for $5,000. Now, it didn't mean it was worth $5,000. We thought that it was worth $5,000. But then other people would sell it for $39 a month. Okay? So they have to see the value in what it is that they provide. Now, if they say something like, I just think it's too much money. Let me give you an idea of how you can respond. Is it too much money, or you don't see the value in coming up with the money? Think about that. Is it too much money? You just don't see the value in coming up with the money. So that's a good question to ask. Or I wouldn't worry about the money because I'm going to help show you how to get this for free. We have a customer rewards program. Don't worry about the money. Let me show you how we can get this for free. That way you don't need to worry about the monthly subscription. I'm going to help you where you can make enough money where the money is not an issue. That is the goal. Let's get you going. I'm going to help you. Our program's going to help you. If this costs like a few dollars a day, they're spending more than that on Starbucks coffee anyway. They spent more than that at lunch today. Okay? So you got to help them understand that it's not about the money. The money's actually little. It's all about the value and what it can do for them and how this could potentially change their life. Now, you can also say, I will show you how to make money doing this without recruiting. Because with what we do, you do not have to enroll somebody in order to make money. From a compliance perspective, that's amazing, because when I looked into this over 9 years ago, I remember saying to myself weeks before I got started, man, I wish I could be involved in something where you didn't have to recruit people, make money. 2 weeks later, I found what I'm doing right now. That I can make money without enrolling anybody, simply by using the products and services that we have. So guys, what you can do is you can take what I've given you here and you can customize it to your own languaging, words that you use, and so forth. But this is to give you an idea of how to overcome the excuse of, I don't have time, I don't have money, I'm busy right now, things are going on. Just always remember, most people are lying. They're not telling the truth. It's that they don't see the value. If all of a sudden that they saw something great on Amazon today that was the exact same price as what you had talked about, all of a sudden they swiped the card. Why? Because they saw that there was value in buying that thing. Sometimes there's just not a need for them. They don't have the need. They're already making enough money at work, or they feel like that they just don't care about making more money. They don't want to invest the time. So these are some ideas I want to share with you guys today, hoping that this could help you to overcome that one. My favorite one is it that you don't have the money, or that you don't see the value in coming up with the money? And they'll always answer you. And a lot of times they will say, yeah, I don't see the value. Right? And if they don't see the value and they've really seen what it is that we have to offer, that's okay. We move on, right? But we need to make sure that we can eliminate that excuse. It's not price, it's value. If they don't see the value, we can move on. All right. So guys, I hope this training has helped. This has been training number 303. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. We'll see you on the next training, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, everyone.